Hey guys, I am sorry that you're going to be seeing the mess behind me. That is my living room, but I just got home from work and it's a mess back there from my little guy and my big guy. So I'm over here in the living room because I'm going to be doing a haul and there was a huge box and I cannot move the box. So that's the reason why I decided to just do this over here. And very, very shameful this week that I haven't really read anything. I was reading Rocket from Jennifer Chance, which is uh, eGalley. And here goes my computer, as always. eGalley from NetGalley. And this is a story of a girl who has pretty much been obsessed with this guy who's a rock star since she was young. She was pretty much obsessed with him since the beginning of his career, which was like boy band type thing. And then he ended up, as he got older, became his own guy. And so she ends up growing up and getting into a company that ends up, handling like things that they would have, like their own clothing line, drinks that they endorse, that type of thing. And so she gets involved with that, and they end up being the company that he chooses to represent him in all of this. And she is told by him that she is to be with him on this next tour that he's doing, which is like a 2-week tour. And so, of course, for her, that's wonderful because she's pretty much obsessed with him still. Not as bad as she was when she was younger, but, she's still, like, pretty much in love with him. And so it was kind of like a dream come true, but yet it was also hard for her because, she's an adult now, and she doesn't want to mess up her career from the love that she has for him, that type of thing. So, obviously, we can all tell what kind of book it is. There's obviously sexual tension and sexy times and all of that kind of follow. I can't say this was the absolute greatest book. I can't remember if I gave this a 3 or a 4 star. I mean, it was really good to read. It was entertaining, and that's kind of how I rate my books, is how entertaining are they, not how, are they written well, that type of thing. Plus, with it being, an arc, it's uncorrected. So, anyway, it was really entertaining. It's definitely a different story for me because I hadn't really read about rock stars, that type of thing. Not that there was a whole lot of that, but it was pretty decent. It was definitely decent. So I need to actually sit down and write an actual review for it now because I haven't done that, but I need to get that done. And then I read A Is For Alibi by Sue Grafton, which is the first Kinsey Mahone or Mahoney mystery. I don't know how you say that. This is an old book. This was printed in 1994. It was actually published in 1982, which is 2 years older than me. I had picked this up. I think I got this from my library a while back ago for 10 cents. I think that's where this came from. But I decided to give it a try. I wanted something different. I kind of wanted an adult book, which I have been buying a lot of adult books lately because I guess I'm just, you crave other things other than what you've been reading. And so I was craving a good murder mystery because I hadn't read one in a while. And this was decent. I gave this a 3 out of 5. It's not the greatest story in the world, but it kept my attention. I'm so out of practice when it comes to murder mysteries that I felt like I didn't know who had done it. And, I had my suspicions, but, I just didn't feel sure of myself like I used to. I used to be able to figure it out, like, no problem, because I read Mystery. I watched Mystery. I played Nancy Drew games, which, I still would sit down and do if I had some of the newer games, but I don't. Because I love Nancy Drew. But I used to be able to figure, who done it, like, really easily. But this one I was a little unsure of myself because I'm so out of practice. But I actually had it figured out, which is totally fine with me. I don't care whether I can figure it out or not. That does not bother me a bit. The way to end it was a little, I don't know. I just thought it was kind of not the greatest ending. But because this is such a long series, maybe that's just how it's got to be. So I actually do want to pick up the second book, which I think is B for burglar or something. Yeah, B is for burglar. So I actually want to pick that up and read it. This was about, I guess, a divorce lawyer who was also a ladies' man, which he was married twice, and he actually ends up getting murdered. So it was like, who really did it? But they found his current wife guilty, and she actually didn't do it. And so when she gets out of jail, I guess she went in for 8 years. When she gets out of prison, I guess I should say, she ends up hiring Kenzie to find out who really did it. And Kenzie, I guess, goes out and tries to figure out what's going on, but then there's another murder that is related to this. And then in the midst of trying to find out, there's another murder that happens, and that kind of thing just keeps happening. And she gets in a little bit of trouble herself because obviously, if you're digging around, somebody's guilty, they're not going to want to be found out. So it was interesting. It really was. And then this one I've actually been reading on forever, here and there. I mean, it had been a long time since I sat down to read it, and so I finally finished it yesterday. It's Post-it Note Diaries. It's edited and illustrated by Arthur Jones. It's supposed to be 20 stories of youthful abandon, embarrassing mishaps, and everyday adventure. I gave this a 2 out of 5 stars. I guess it's entertaining, and it's definitely different because the stories are told on what looks to be Post-it notes. So you've got a picture, and then the little thing on the bottom tells you, like, the story underneath of the picture. Some of them were incredibly stupid. Some of them were really good. Some of them were really funny. Most of them probably were more stupid than anything. I was really excited when I bought this because I thought it was going to be really, really good, but honestly, I wish I hadn't paid for it. But anyway, I did. And I'm done with it now. And I'm going to get rid of it. So that's it. I've been reading on Astonish Me by Maggie Shipstead, I think is her name. It is, it's a first reads off of Goodreads. I won it through them, and I need to do a review on it. I'm struggling with it a little bit because it's boring. I like her writing. I really like it. I feel like I'm like into her writing. It's just there's nothing happening the whole story. It's about ballet, and it's boring. But I'm over 50% done now. But I've been reading on it for like 2 weeks now, and I'm still not done. So shameful week. But that's it, and I will see you guys later.